Hey guys, welcome back to another live stream.
I can hear it in here. Is that a problem?
Oh, we were testing audio. I guess I might as well just. Sounds good. Actually, Shanti was testing the microphone. She loves to be a part of the setup. So when we're setting up, she'll just talk on the mics for like 10 minutes before we actually go live. She loves it. So to start off, we are at the Colorado Tiny Home Festival right now, and we are exhausted. Yeah.
Tired.
Yeah,
bit,
super exhausted.
Yeah. It was a great day, but there's no but. It was a great day. We had over 1,000 people come into our bus, take a tour, and we joyfully explained our rig to all of them. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just tired.
Yeah. It was a long day.
Super cool people, though. I mean, honestly, I really enjoyed every conversation. They all had sincere questions, and I feel like we could have gone to lunch with any of them and just sat down and talked, because just really cool people.
Yeah, so some of the main questions that we got throughout the day, which I plan to make more thorough videos of, is one, how we have unlimited internet. Another question was how long it took for us to do the build. What were some of the main ones that you got too?
Homeschooling was a huge question. I think because Shanti's older. When we had the other bus here, she was so little, it really wasn't a thought. But today, I mean, a lot. I got asked if we plan on homeschooling, public schooling, unschooling, road schooling. Those are all different terms for a different type of education.
Yeah.
So I got that a lot, probably just because I'm mama.
Yeah. But, and I got a few of those questions too. And we may also be having some guests come on. We were planning on it, but everybody here was just swamped with tours, and they all feel like we do, just exhausted of talking all day long.
Hey, you want to talk again? They're like,
Yeah, not so much. We tried to bribe people with tacos, but it didn't really work. So they might be coming on. So guys, hey, thanks, Dane. He said, side note, love the sign in the back.
Yes, we've changed this. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but every Saturday we change this just for us, but you get to see it.
Yeah.
So every week it's a different message. And we thought this was appropriate because a lot of people come in here. It's an often comment to me anyways that I want to do this so bad. I'm just not ready to take the leap. Or I love my home, but I so want, and everybody's on this weird limbo, this weird fence of admiring what we do, wanting to do it, but just not either having the courage or the bravery, or thinking they're stuck when they're not, or just loving their stuff and they want something new, but they don't want to change. So I thought this was really cool.
Yeah. So the quote for this week is, change begins at the end of your comfort zone. #freedom. And it's so true. And actually a really cool definition. So into one or two, the word change is fear and opportunity brought together. And so through fear, a lot of times when you have big change, there's fear, but then there's opportunity. So you just got to work through that fear. And the other side of it is just opportunity. Once you get past in vans who do not have the same comforts that we do in this massive bus. And a lot of them had said that comfort is the death of the spirit or something like that. You know, something really
describe
intense.
it how you want to, but all I think means similar. And Morgan, you are my spirit animal. She said you could bribe me with tacos.
Yeah.
So, love you.
It works for me too. So, but you know, another thing that we see often, especially today, we had a lot of people like, man, I would love to do this. Kind of like what Erica was describing, but there is that fear, like in that Chinese definition of change. That's why I love it. It's because there is that fear that stops people from continuing on with what they want to pursue in their lives. And from my own life journey, I realized before I really started to try to be internally sound was that a lot of my decisions, really most of them, was based off of fear. I got to take this job because if I don't take that job, then I'm not going to be financially set. And that's a fear of mine, is to not be financially secure. And that was a big leap when we first started traveling. I was like, where's money going to come from? But it just shows up. You know, it just shows up. I mean, God takes care of the birds. Why wouldn't he take care of us? Is the way that I like to think. And just everything, it just happened organically. And or someone's not trusting their abilities to build something like this, and they don't have the money to pay somebody. Neither did I. And through a lot of learning and actually one of the questions that I got a lot today, me as the person who built most of the bus, Erica designed it, and I just built most of it. They're like, "What was the hardest part about your bus?" Big Buford. Buford.
Yeah.
I always say your name wrong. We did it last week too. What's up, man? But one of the comments and one of the things that people asked me a lot today was, "What was the hardest part of the build?" And most of them thought it was the roof raise, because that's a lot of work. You're cutting the whole roof off. A lot of people thought it might have been building the cabinets or doing the solar system, things that look very complicated. And my response to them was, it's actually none of the work was the hardest part. The hardest part of doing a bus build, or really anything in life, is getting over the fear of not knowing how to do something.
Or failing. Yeah, what happens if we don't do it right or we don't succeed?
Yeah. I mean, we told people it took longer to make the decision to do the roof raise than it actually did to do the roof raise. It was months, like, are we going to do this or are we not? Yeah. And then we finally did it, and it was done. I mean, it was a lot of work, but, it was done. And so I think a lot of it is... Lisa, there we go. It's a bit easier, but you'll have to remember it. Lisa, we can definitely remember that. We're pretty good at names, for the most part.
Thank you,
yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. But it's that fear, getting over the fear, getting ready to change, like all that kind of stuff is the hardest part. And
what's the quote? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Yeah.
And I think that goes along with this, because if we go to the edge of our comfort zone and we're wanting that change and it's not there, it's probably because you haven't stepped far enough. I'm not trying to be you're going to have to get over the fear or face it head on. No, maybe don't get over it, but just look at it and see what it's really trying to say.
Yeah. So guys, I know Dane and Lisa, you guys have tuned in before. If you have any questions for us, please feel free to write them in the comments. But I think tonight, because we just, after giving so many tours today and hearing everybody's so many different opinions, to us, like, what seems so complicated here in the bus is really not. And I think there was so much that people, and I had the same block too, of just not knowing how to do something and being afraid to try it. And so if you guys have had any situations like that in your life, put them in the comments, or just any questions for us in general. And like I said, I know people are kind of tuning in as we're on the stream here, but we may or may not have some guests. Dawn, hey Dawn, how does one start making connections? Locations to do a build, tools, etc. That's a good one. That's a super good one. That question would be more relevant for our first build, because we did not have any of those connections.
Yeah.
Finding a location is a lot of times a hard part. Someone had just reached out to me today. They got a bus and they own a house in a neighborhood with an HOA. They had it there for like a month, and finally the HOA, I don't know, caught on and said, hey, you guys can't do that here. So they had to move it to like a storage facility an hour away from their home. And because of insurance liability reasons, all these Facebook groups.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Dream Connections going down.
Going down.
It's going back up though. It might have lagged out. Oh man, it's going in and out. Let me switch our Wi-Fi over and see if this will. Dude, even this is not like connecting. Weird. So it might be a little glitchy here, guys. I'm sorry.
Don, if you can hear us,
yeah,
Facebook has a lot of groups for people with those exact questions, and so many times people pop on there and say, hey, just bought a bus, I have no idea what I'm doing, where do I start? And then you'll get 30 comments of people with suggestions. Or you can say, I don't have any tools, but I'm ready to build. And no joke, somebody might pop in and be like, oh, we're located here, we've got all the tools you need, when do you want to build? It's incredible how strong the community is.
Yeah.
If you just reach out. So my answer to that would just be, how do you start? Reach out to anybody and everybody that you can think of, including us or a Facebook group or something like that.
Yeah. So and on this build, so our first bus, we built it in like 6 different spots, wherever we could find a place for it, which was tough to do. Video is better, but no sound. Hold on a second. is not as good as I thought it was going to be out here. Anyways, that's the struggle of doing a live stream remotely on the road. It can be tough sometimes. I'm restarting our this is our unlimited Wi-Fi right here, but the connection's been in and out, so I'm trying to use my phone as a hotspot, and once again it's in and out. So they both use AT&T, so it might just be the time of night. I don't know. We'll give us a minute here to restart, so sorry about that. But tools, that's another good question too. Tools can be a big investment. So if we bought DeWalt tools, because I knew that I was going to be using them not just for our bus but for other things too, but what I know a lot of people do is that they will go to Harbor Freight and just buy the tools from Harbor Freight, which are not the best if you're trying to do like a professional, if you're a professional contractor and you're trying to do multiple jobs all years long. They won't usually last that long, but we actually got a set for our first bus, which was amazing. It's called the Black & Decker Matrix. So essentially what it is, it's a drill handle, and it has these modular clips almost, so where like the drill will come off and you can put a saw on it. Okay. The saw will come off, you can put a sawzall on it, you know. And that was like a $200 set, and it came with like an impact driver, a drill attachment, a sawzall, and a little circular saw that could cut 3/4 inch plywood. Couldn't cut anything thicker than 3/4 of an inch, but that was a really great tool for like a very small cost.
Oh, look, guests are coming.
Guests are coming on. Yo, Gypsy.
Come in.
Hi.
What's up, guys?
Not too much. How many do you guys have?
Our first, no. I don't know if it's just our service the whole time.
It's just
Those were like,
Really?
we might be back on.
oh. I don't
Maybe.
know. We can just write a note and say sorry.
I already did. Okay, we do have some guests, Lori and Sam.
Yeah. You want us to like?
Yeah, you got to climb underneath.
Okay, here, I'll back up.
Yep, you got to climb underneath and check it out. So we're gonna ask Lori and Sam some questions about why they have a bus and what they did, and they'll share their social media pages. Here, you guys step on up.
Okay.
Step on up. Erica, you want to be in the shot, and I'll step over here.
No, you did that last time.
Oh, fine. She's trying to cop out of the job.
Okay.
Here, go ahead. Here's the mics. Go ahead and lift these up.
Sure. For 18 months, and it's been awesome. So
Explain your situation. How many kids do you guys have? What kind of bus? And why did you do this?
yeah, God.
We have 3 kids. When we first started converting the bus, we only had 2 kids. We decided to have a 3rd child, and we made the whole thing work out with all 3 of them in there. And I don't know, why did we decide to do this? Different lifestyle. For us, it was and literally the vehicle to take us on our way.
Yeah.
You know, we
So-
were living the typical life. We had a house, and Sam worked, the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and I was at home with the kids all the time. And we were just, I don't know, 3 p.m. would hit every day, and I would just be, like, looking at the clock, waiting for him to come home. And then before you knew it, it was the next day doing the same thing again, and we just needed something different. These past 18 months, the people that we've met, the places that we've gone, it's awesome. I don't know. I can't say enough about it.
Yeah. So the theme of our week, we have this little board right here, and the quote is, "Change begins at the end of your comfort zone."
Yeah.
So what were some fears that you guys might have had coming into it, and how did you push through those fears in order to accomplish the change that you wanted to see in your life and in your family life? Maybe it was, how are we going to make money on the road, or like just fears of how are we going to build this all out, the challenges that you guys had to push through in order to make it happen.
I mean, like, selling our house was a huge leap. Like, I remember, like, laying in bed at night, like, not really sleeping because thinking, what choice did I just make? Like, what are we doing? This is crazy. But no, it's been, like, once we took the leap, it was so worth it. But you mentioned the build. I mean, there's so many steps along the way where you just have to, like, have that vision and have that belief, have kind of like your vision board and keep going, because it is hard and it's challenging and time consuming and everything.
Yeah, very much so. And then I'd say for like a fear of mine per se would be that how am I going to use all this quality time with my this point and take them to the coolest places and go do the most fun things. It's been a lot of fun growing and learning as a parent.
Yeah.
And being with him a lot, it really helps develop a lot of personalities of yourself, and then learning from your children as well.
Yeah. So did you guys notice because a lot of times, and I experienced it myself, so used to working, was it an adjustment to not having such a schedule all the time and having just free time all of a sudden-ish?
Yes and no. There was actually a pretty easy transition into our life from my previous job. It ended up being a lot of work from home, and we were able to then be together a lot more. Then I stopped working at that job, and I was home all the time anyway, working on the bus. So I was there, but I wasn't. A lot of time dedicated to the bus. But it's a different life. It's a different style, and one of our children, he really thrives off of structure and schedule. So he's always asking questions. It's good to incorporate back in for him. But it's been really nice to kind of just be free of any kind of 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Oftentimes people ask us what day it is, or we look at each other and say, what day is it? And we're like, I don't know. We find out because it's busy and it's a Saturday.
I like that unstructured part. Like, I like not knowing what day it is and being able to do schoolwork like whenever we want. It doesn't have to be, at a certain time or so I like that because it kind of takes the pressure off. But then we do give the structure, like for Luigi who needs it. And, I mean, we all need it. So the structure would be our daily flow, like having meals together, if doing the schoolwork together and things like that. Having that daily flow is like the structure.
And well, for us, it's the same exact way. We want it to still travel and be on the road because that was a big part of our life before Shanti. But we also wanted the structure of a home. So to have that structure but still have the freedom. And it's a really great combination because the bus is the home that gives the structure. You can set your daily routines, you can move forward, but then you're also free to roam. And then at the same time, there is no structure unless you're in the bus.
Everything inside of here is your consistency, your rock. Nothing changes about what you live and do inside of your home, no matter where you are. At least that's our experience.
Same.
Maybe we'll keep the windows open when we're by the beach and close them if it's 10 degrees at night. What's the difference there, But when you're here, you're always home. You feel at home. We're always sleeping in our same beds. They're always brushing their teeth, reading books, having the same nighttime routine. That's the constant for them, and that's the consistency for all of us, and that's what we are thrive off of. And then every time we go outside of the bus, it's just a new front yard, backyard, swimming pool, ocean, whatever it is.
Totally. Totally. Well, mention what your guys' social channels are so some of these people can tune in because
super entertaining.
Instagram. They do awesome. Everybody.
Thank you. So it's Avita Vera, so AVITAVERA, and so that's Instagram and TikTok. And we try to do kind of like the vlog style, so it's as authentic as possible, and you can really see like the reality of bus life.
And also, I've actually been meaning to ask you, what does your name mean? The name of that? What does that mean?
It means a true life in Italian.
Oh, that's awesome.
I
never knew that. I've been curious about that for like ever since we met about a year ago. And I just always keep forgetting to ask, so that's really cool. A true life in Italian. That's awesome.
It's something that we created about 5 years ago now, and it's just become a lot of incorporating who we are and what we do, trying to stay true to ourselves and whatever that is to our children as well. So we try to live by that.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for coming on. Sorry you got a limbo underneath our table
here. No, thank you
here.
so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It was awesome.
Hopefully you're not sweating from the camera lights too much.
No.
Did you mention how we met them a year ago? Was it not here?
It was...
No, we met at Descend on Ben.
Descend, okay.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in, guys.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Still no sound? Don't stress.
Sound and video. All right, so let's read some of the comments now.
Okay.
So we're back. I'm pretty sure we're back with
Cool.
sound. Dawn said sound and video.
Awesome.
And Lisa said going full time in the bus for me will bring me
All the regular
issues living on the road in a bus brings. But after 28 years of trucking, I'm fearless in my old age.
Yes.
So ready to get back out there.
That is
Totally.
awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And driving the bus around, good. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that everything's better. And I feel like that's the cool thing about the community here in like bus life, van life, like kind of nomadic living, is that everybody has had that same fearlessness to get out and make the change.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody you talk to is like, yeah, I had a normal life before. I wouldn't have done this.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
that's true. I don't think I have.
Well, we have met people who have gotten an RV and said it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
But I've not met anybody who built out their own space and said it wasn't for me.
We've had people jump from vans to buses or buses to vans, but still nomadic and still DIY and still on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome. And since our last live stream, I think we got so someone we met on the road does
we
tattooing,
did.
and then they do these road.
Oh no, we got to
It was in our last video. We might. Okay, I think we might. Our internet's fine, but my guess is that we're just.
Us who are working all day and no joke, quit working. Probably everybody got on their phones and computers and
yeah. There's a lot of rigs out here, so that definitely could be the case.
Yeah.
Seeing that's very cool.
Oh yeah, cool. The tattoos, I assume.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking
yeah,
about.
might have seen our last video we posted on Thursday. Repeat the connection response if you have the chance, or make a video. Repeat the connections response if you have the chance, or make a video. Okay, yeah, we will make a video about that. About the about making connections on the road and trying to find places to build. That's actually a really great video, and that's a question that we get asked pretty often, where and how people can build it out. So we will. Oh, the tats. On my thumb. And Erica's is on her foot. There you go. Yoga. No pedicure toes right there. Anyways.
Yeah, sorry this one wasn't as smooth or entertaining, but we are here every week.
Stream in 1080p.
I don't.
Guys, we're just gonna end this one. Sorry that it's short, but we will be making for you.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what our next video is. I think it's about plumbing.
Oh, I was gonna say it's gonna be a surprise, and you said plumbing.
Well, or we will talk to you guys later, like that. But either way, guys, have a great evening, and we will talk to you soon. I'm gonna try to let this catch up for a second so you can say bye. I'm gonna wave until I see myself waving on the screen. La di da, la di di da, da di da.